Thank you, Susie, for joining me on this episode of the No Common Measure podcast. Susie is with Room Redux, and what they do is they believe in healing and transformation go hand in hand. They are a nonprofit organization. They help kids that have survived any type of abuse. They transform their rooms because they believe that their rooms are where the abuse happens and they don't want them to relive those traumatic events. So welcome, Susie. I'm happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here, Aisha.
Yes. Welcome to the No Common Measure podcast, where we tell stories that will guide and inspire you to look at your life experiences differently. So, can you please elaborate on what you do for the kids your company does?
Absolutely. So we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we transform the rooms of children who have faced sexual and physical abuse or any type of trauma. And we do this anonymously, so the children never see us. And we do it in one day.
Oh, wow. So you guys are guardian angels.
I love that. Thank you.
Yes, because they're oblivious to what's going on, and then they come back home and their room is completely done. That's so amazing. I like that. So, how did you guys decide to come up with this brand?
Well, I've always had a heart for children, the innocence, and I have a master's in psychology, and I'm working on my doctorate. And the research that I've done, there's just not a whole lot of research about the environment and how it does truly affect our feelings. It affects how we feel. It affects our everyday life. And these children, when they have faced abuse in their room, or if there are triggers, things like that, it can be very detrimental to their mental health, to their outlooks on life. They don't want to sleep in their room. They're frightened. They're scared to be alone. They don't keep it clean because they have no pride. They have no self-worth, nothing like that. So by transforming their room into a beautiful sanctuary that is specifically tailored for them, it's actually changing the trajectory of their lives. And ultimately, what we hope is it's going to break the cycles of abuse as well.
Oh, yes, yes. I know that your environment is an extension of who you are. So I know how your environment can affect you as a human being and also defines who you are. So your ability to come in and transform their rooms after abuse, it says a lot. So do you do just one room in the house or the entire room or the entire house?
Well, we do the children's bedrooms, but very often there's more than one child in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have found out that maybe there has been some abuse, against a sibling or another child that lives there, or even if there hasn't, we'll give them something for their room, something new, something fun. But oftentimes, well, for instance, we had one in San Antonio, Texas last month, and it was going to be 2-room transformations for 2 girls.
Wow.
Well, the day went on and we thought, oh my goodness, we could really spruce up their bathroom. So some volunteers started cleaning and organizing their bathroom. Other volunteers were cleaning and organizing the kitchen. And then we're looking at the living room thinking, the cats have really torn up their furniture, and we have some furniture. We have a couch and a chair in our storage unit. And so we went and got it and we spruced up their living room. So 2 transformations turned into 5 that day.
Oh, wow. So do you
Right.
guys rely heavily on donations then? Donations of furniture, anything that anyone could help with?
Absolutely. We take donations we always need bed frames. So twin and full bed frames normally,
Mm-hmm.
tall uh, bookshelves or tall dressers, nightstands, desks,
Mm-hmm.
vanities, things like that. We always put a new mattress in the room, so we don't take old mattresses or anything like that. But
Yeah.
yes,
Yep.
we like to get donated furniture because then I can upcycle it. We can sand it and paint it and make it very perfect for that child's room.
Yes. So how do you get to know what the child wants, what their desires are, if you haven't met them?
Good question. So we get our referrals from counselors, psychologists, therapists,
Mm.
law enforcement, CPS, communities and schools, the FBI. we have to make sure that the child or children are in counseling or have been in counseling for that trauma. So
Mm,
then I work really closely with the counselor to find out what therapeutic tools the counselor would suggest that we put in the room. Is it
mm,
squishies or a water feature, things like that. So we find out exactly therapeutically speaking what would go well in the room. But then also when we go assess the room, we go assess it when the child's not there, the child's at school or away for the day. And
mm.
I'll talk to the parent or caregiver and I have a whole long list of questions. What colors does she love? What colors does she hate? What are his hobbies? What sports does she like? What does he want to be when he grows up? Just
Mhm.
the gamut, right? Would he like a TV in his room? Does she want a game station or a mini fridge? You know, just all those different kinds of things. And so every room is specifically tailored and we do everything. We don't just paint. We put down new flooring if need be. We do new light fixtures, new decor, all of the stuff, all
Oh,
the stuff.
wow. Wow. I would
Yeah.
love to volunteer for you guys. I'm not I'm not very artistic.
Hey, you know what? It's okay. We have volunteers. If you look at our list, when you go to volunteer, you go on there and it says, what are your talents or your skills?
Mhm.
And one of them is picking up lunch.
Oh, yeah, I could
That's
do
what,
that. Yes.
or cleaning or helping out in other ways. And then other volunteers, they get to learn how to put down flooring or they learn how to paint correctly, things like that. So it's a win-win. It's super fun.
Yeah, it definitely sounds fun, especially when you're doing it to someone because you're giving back because you have the ability and then now you're stretching your hand to someone who doesn't. That's always what I try to do. When you're position, it really doesn't have to be materialistic, you know. You work based off of strictly donations, you know. So you could donate your time, you could donate your energy, anything that helps change at least one person's life is always fascinating, and I like it, and I like to get involved somehow. So where are you guys located? I know that you have a couple of branches in Sacramento, California, and where else?
Haha. Well, our headquarters is right here in New Braunfels, Texas. This is where we started. This is my office. And we now have chapters in Sacramento, Room Redux Sacramento, Room Redux Bay Area, California, up in Fremont, Denver, all over. And the ultimate goal is really to have a chapter everywhere because there are children everywhere who have faced abuse or trauma of some sort. We've also just filed in the UK, so we're starting Room Redux United Kingdom and specifically right now the Isle of Wight, and we're also working on filing in the Philippines.
Oh, wow, nice, amazing. You guys are doing amazing work. I'm
Thank
so
you. Thank
inspired. I don't know what I could do. Maybe continue to talk to people because
you.
now I feel like I'm not
Hey,
doing enough, but
and that's huge. I mean, that's what it takes, you know. And then in Texas also we have Room Redux San Antonio, Room Redux Houston, Room
mhm,
Redux Central Texas, and we're about to start in the Fort Worth, Dallas area and Temple, Waco, Belton, which is over there for Dallas. So
mhm.
chapters opening up everywhere.
So can you receive anonymous tips about like a child that has gone through abuse, or does it strictly have to come from psychologists and law enforcement and all that?
Yeah, we have to get our referrals through the counselors because, like I said, we have to know that they're getting that part of the healing puzzle. They have to have counseling, you know, to,
Yes,
we don't want to just go change their room and they're not getting that healing because that's crucial for
yes,
their lives.
yes. Especially when you're dealing with kids because they hold on to things so much. They're very, very reluctant to trust people. So if you come in and you just change everything, it's like another set of trauma that they have to deal with. Um,
Right, exactly. Which, and that's, you know, that's one of the reasons we're not there when they get home. We don't
oh,
want them to have to say thank you.
oh,
We don't want them to feel like there are expectations from any of that. We want them to know that they're loved and cared about by people who don't even know them.
yeah.
And, you know, a lot of times the parents or caregivers, they'll say, well, I don't know what to tell her. What do I tell him? And
Mhm.
I'll say, you can tell them whatever you want. You don't have to say room redux. You can say you did it. Maybe it helps repair
Mhm.
their relationship. Maybe the child doesn't trust the parent thinking they didn't protect them or whatever the case may be. It can help.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming on the channel. Room Redux. I'll put the link down below if anyone wants to help you or they want to, donate their furniture, anything that could help you. Is there anything else that you want us to know about anything? Like if you want us to, what you need help with, anything?
Yeah. So like you mentioned, we take donations of furniture, decor, things like that. It's in good shape. We also are always looking for recurring donors, whether it's $5 a month or $500 a month, whatever it is. Every single dollar helps. We also do Amazon Smile. So you can actually put Room Redux as your charity of choice, and then we get a little percentage of whenever you buy on Amazon. It's like me. If you're like me, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But we could do that. And you can also, if you see that there's a room transformation coming up in your area or even somewhere across the country and you have a heart for that, then you can go on the Amazon Smile wish list and actually purchase the lamp that's going to go in that child's room or the bedding, whatever it is, which is super fun because you get to shop.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that our hashtag is We Are Room Redux. So what that means is it takes everyone, just like you said, we all need to come together as a community and help these children because they are our future, as
Mm-hmm.
cliche as it sounds, they are. And so whether you talk about Room Redux, pray about us, spread the word, social media, we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, all the socials, or you do a podcast, or you volunteer, or whatever it is, if you're involved with Room Redux, then you are Room Redux. So A'isha, you are Room Redux. Thank you.
Thank you. Hopefully I can find somewhere I could volunteer because I really want to do that. Just get my hands dirty, be active, do something that helps someone. That would be great. Thank you
And
so
like
much,
it.
Susie. I really do appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, A'isha.